drowning all my plans. I'm coming to my own. I'm coming to my own. The distance I have traveled, the wool that I have gathered, oh, I'm coming to my own. I'm coming to my own. Heaven's shade sails low, all the while it's ever close. You know, you know, you know, you know, you have that time. You'll strike the rock, but not eventually. The distance you have wandered, the fabric torn asunder. Oh, you're coming to your own. You're coming to your own. Heaven's shade sails slow. Give it time, it'll show. Before you go, you know, before you go, before you go, you know,
When you reach the point of no return, when you feel like you've had enough, there's an angel who sings and a voice that is leading you home. Let the rays of light shine down on you. Let the sun wash away your tears when you're lost and alone, and the whole world is turning its back. The time is right, no shortcut and no easy ride. you think. When you're near, I forget my fears. There are clouds up above, but behind them is always the sun. The time is